Hello Techie Talks, welcome back. This is Lavanya, and in today's video we are going to see a very interesting topic and also most informative topic. This is a very useful information for the people who are looking for a job to get into IT industry and who are struggling to get into IT jobs but aren't able to get a job still. People after their education or due to some personal reasons, like they would have thought to get into the groups or into any of the government jobs, and they haven't tried any jobs into IT industry. Later on, after certain time, those haven't clicked, that is getting a government job or clearing the group exams or higher studies didn't click out, and they are now trying for IT jobs and are still struggling to get a job and still struggling to get into IT industry. For those people, I'm going to share some important information. That is, what are the main skills required to get into IT industry. Though you are not technically expertised, or though you are not very technically strong, few basic knowledge is required for you when you are going to a IT interview, when you're going to a interview in the IT industry. So basically the interviewer will look into these things, whether you are good at technical or not. But if you don't have knowledge on this, definitely he will not hire you guys. So remember, when you are trying for a job, or even people who are trying to switch job from any non-technical background to technical background, that time also these skills play important role, guys. So it's very highly recommended and very highly suggested that you should know these skills, which I'm going to share in this video. Before I get into the actual topic, if you're watching Techie Talk for the first time and if you haven't subscribed our channel yet, please make sure you subscribe and also hit a like for this video if you have liked this content. So now getting into the actual topic, if you're the one who is struggling from so many days to get into IT industry and trying your level best in the interviews but still finding hard to get into an IT job, I will share you a few very important and key points, guys. Like, if you brush up your skills into these, if you brush up your into these skills, if you brush up your knowledge into these skills, definitely, though you are not technically very strong and if you are not able to do well in the technical, if the interviewer shoot up questions on these skills, if you answer, definitely you will have a job, guys. Mark my words. So we'll see one by one what are those skills. Coming to the first skill is, the IT industry always follow a process, that is software development life cycle. So you should know, before you get into an interview or before you attend an interview, you should know what is software development life cycle and what are the life cycle of a SDLC. You should know what are the concepts involved in this SDLC and what is an software developer does on his day-to-day role. So all this will be the part of software development lifecycle. So once you join in a company, your day-to-day role will depend on this software development lifecycle only. You will be involved in any one of the phase of the software development lifecycle. So the interviewer will expect you to have basic knowledge of this. What is the software development lifecycle? What are the phases and what are the key roles and responsibilities of a software engineer once he start working on? All these details he will expect that you should have at least basic knowledge. So coming to the second point is agile methodology. You should know what is agile methodology and what is agile process, what is scrum teams and what is scrum call, what is scrum ceremony. Because now almost 90% of companies has started adopting agile process only, guys. What is agile processes? Earlier we used to work on waterfall model. That is, once we get the requirement, we work on the requirement completely for 3 months or 2.5 months. Later on we deliver it. But this agile process is like, it is a 15 days or 2 week ceremonies. So once you get the requirement, you will deliver the product or you will deliver the part of the product in this 2 weeks. And once the customer or the client see the outcome of it, later on it will be easy for them. Is that exact requirement, or is it the exact expectation they had on this product? If yes, it is a smooth process, you will continue with the development. If not, they'll change the requirement in that 15 days. So that here it is very easy if there is a change in requirement. That is why most of the companies have started adopting to agile process. So this agile process is called as agile methodology. And this in this agile process there are lot of factors involved, lot of stages. Agile concept is like scrum ceremonies, like you will have daily scrum calls, some scrum ceremonies, scrum planning, and scrum backlog grooming. So all this will be involved in this agile process. So it's better that you know what is agile process. If you google what is agile methodology, you will get to know what are its stages and what are all the, what is scrum planning, what is scrum calls. You will get to know information on this, guys. So before you attend an interview, you get to an idea that what is this agile methodology. Now coming to the third point is you should know a bit background knowledge on source code management. What is source code management? The source code management is nothing but where the source code lies. For example, a product, it has been worked by multiple teams or multiple members. So everyone can't have their own repository, because it is tough for them to share the information, because a product will be developed when multiple peoples are involved and they work on different modules. It is not that a single person will work on complete product. It is like multiple persons will work on this. Multiple employees will work on one product, but in various modules. So to share the code between the team members, you need a common repository, source code repository. So that is what we say as GitHub or GitLab or SVN. This is the common repository where the code relies, and people will clone it and they work on it. And once their code is done and tested, and if they feel that it's a bug free code, and if they wanted to give to testing team, they push the code to the repository. That time the updated code will be presented in the repository. This is what we say as source code management. So this is the one of the most important and most required knowledge when you are attending an interview. So next point is you should know how do you handle the stress, guys, because there sometimes the interviewer will shoot you stress interviews, like how do you handle the stress situation. For example, if there is a requirement that you should deliver in the next day morning, how will you handle in the overnight? So will you solve the solution or will you give excuses? So this type of questions will be there. So that time you should be very proactive, and also you should be very tricky to answer these questions, because if it is a complex product, delivering it in an overnight is never possible at all, guys. So you should be very smart in answering these type of questions also. So you should know how to handle the stress interview, like answering the stress interview questions. Now, last one is you should have knowledge on any of the IDE like Eclipse, Visual Studio, or Spring Test Suite. So these are the basic things where you will not get much help once you join into the company. So you better, if before you attend the interviews, you get knowledge on these, guys. So these are the few important points I wanted to share with you guys who are struggling a lot to get a job. I hope you have got some information in this video. If you find yes, make sure you comment it and also like this video. And if you are a new user to our channel, please make sure you subscribe without fail. See you with another interesting topic. Until then, bye.